Okay, I recently got this Ryobi Universal Miter Saw Quickstand, and I want to take this apart and get it set up. So let's get to that and see how this thing looks and works. Alright, the first thing you want to do is lay the assembly on its back on some kind of a flat surface table, and then extend these legs and you'll notice that there is a button here that you need to press in order to extend these, and then they come out and lock in place. Okay, one thing to be careful of when you're moving this around is on both sides you've got this extender rod right here, and it will easily slide in and out. So when you're trying to move this around, you're going to have to be careful not to let those slide. Maybe put a piece of tape on it, keep it in place. Alright, the next thing you want to do is to grab these two pieces right here, and you'll notice this square cutout here, and then you've got the slot. The square cutout wraps around that post and then lines up here. And then you want to take one of these knobs that has the carriage bolt in it, remove the carriage bolt, and the carriage bolt goes in from this side, and then you attach the knob over here. Okay, and you've got one of these for both sides, so you're going to want to assemble both of these. Okay, next you're going to want to take one of these, and you've got your bolt hole here, and this is threaded. You've got your square lock and your square slot there and there. So you're going to want to take this, place it down like this, and then get your the work stop assembly that you just created and slip it in like this. Take another knob and attach it right here. And this is the knob with the short bolt already built in. And this allows you to slide this up or down as needed, and then you can tighten it in place. So you're going to want to do that for both sides. Alright, now you're going to want to take each of your work stop assemblies, and on the bottom you're going to have another threaded hole. So grab another knob with the short carriage bolt, and it's going to be easier to screw that in before you attach this. Okay, don't put it in too high though, because you want to be able to move this in without any issues. And then you want to come over to the edge, extend out one of these bars, and then slip this in and then tighten it down. Okay, keep in mind when you attach this to slip it just past the end. That way when you tighten it down, it's going to tighten it in place in a nice square location. And you're going to want to do that for both sides. Okay, so now I'm going to attach these brackets, which will allow my miter saw to attach to the saw stand. And this is going to be on the front of the saw. So you want to slip this through from the bottom first, and then run it up through the hole in your saw. I'm going to want to put my washer, my lock washer, and my bolt. Okay, now that I've got it finger tightened, I can push this back. And then we'll attach the rear bolt the same way. Okay, I've got both of those finger tightened. I'll go ahead and get the other side installed and get them tightened down, then we'll bring you back. Okay, and these tightened down with a 1/2" wrench. The stand does not come with a wrench, so you will need to have your own set of wrenches. All right, now this is ready to install onto the stand. Now you do want the front to connect first, and then it just sits right back, and then you can lock it in place. So this is a universal saw stand, so you can fit pretty much any standard miter saw on there. You can see that I've got a different brand miter saw, so you can use Ryobi or any brand that has the standard slots. And because the bracket is slotted, it allows for different spacing between your bolts. We've got a couple more knobs that tighten on the extension poles. So when you get your extension pole in the right spacing, then you can just lock that down. All right, first thing I want to do is bring the extension poles in on both sides so I can get my height adjusted properly. So just loosen this knob, bring it in. Don't really have to lock this down, but I'll go ahead and do that. Okay, I want to use a board that's pretty straight. And I want to bring it here, and you can see how I need to raise this up a little bit. So let me loosen this, and we'll bring it up until that's level, and then tighten it down. And I can do the same thing over here. Bring that up. Okay, now I can, when I extend this out, I can have my board sitting on here nice and flush. All right, so the idea is that I can keep it in this position most of the time, giving me nice access on either side of my setup. But when I need to cut something long, like this, a lot of times, you know, if I've got to cut something, you know, that's way over to the side, I can now extend that out and I can make my cut and I don't have to worry about it falling off on the side. So let me loosen this, extend this out. There. Extend that. And let's see, this one is still pretty good. I'm going to raise it up just a little bit. There. And let's see how this one is. Yeah, this one can still be raised up just a little bit. There, now I've got nice flush support on both sides all the way across. Back up a little bit and you can see that. All right, so this is gonna actually free up a lot of space in my shop, and it'll eliminate, I've always had one of those little board supports that I would just move around as I needed it, but those things are always breaking on me, and I only have one, so if I wanted to have support on both sides, I'd have to get two of those. But with this, the side supports are built in. I just need to extend that out to the proper distance, and I'm good to go. All right, so what are my final thoughts on this Ryobi Miter Saw stand with the extension arms? It was pretty easy to put together. I like that it has all of these knobs instead of using bolts everywhere. And the extension is pretty solid no matter how far out I move it. It fits my miter saw, which is not Ryobi, which is nice. That means that I can use this, or you can use this with more than likely any saw you've got, whether it's Ryobi or not. So that's a nice feature. So I think that this is going to be a good stand for me, and I wouldn't hesitate to recommend it to anybody that needs a miter saw stand. So that's going to do it for this video. So I'll talk to you guys later.